Hey, grace and peace, everybody. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. So, you know what we're about to do? We're about to talk about more meltdowns, more crash outs. Real quick, though, if you don't mind, do me a favor. Can you please go over to Pink Book Lessons and like, share, and subscribe to her channel? She does fantastic work on cultural issues and such like that. And she has been hammering this whole feminine situation going on with the fallout from Curry Kamala. Now, I want to talk about this video right here because it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Okay. And what you probably even seen it. I'm sure you've seen some of these clips though, because some of these clips are crazy. So let's bring it in. Let's tease it out. Let's go. Let's go.
Did anyone else wake up today and delete their dating apps? Like, I'm not just talking like just removing the app. Like, I full on removed myself from Hinge, Bumble. Like, I didn't even think twice about it.
I just want you to ask yourself, why are the most unappealing women talking about they're not dating? There's going to be a whole bunch more, but what is this? What is going on? Watch this.
There's no way I am letting any man near me for the next few years. I've been happily single for the past 4 years. I can wait another 4 years. I am so happy.
Okay, like let's look at this. Let's just say for laughs and giggles, this young lady is about 24. So she's gonna like wait till she's 28 to get in a relationship. When you gonna have kids? And okay, all right. I mean, if that's what you want us to believe. Later on in this video, Pink Book Lesson ask a question, and I want to tease that out. So let this go so I can get to my question because I got a lot to say about it.
Happy for women who have loving, supportive, safe men in their life right now, but it is way too scary to try and trust anyone right now because anything can happen. And if you know me, you know one of my biggest fears is being pregnant. God forbid that ever happens over the next few years. So, no dating apps. If you are a man, don't even look at me.
You heard her, man. You heard her.
Until, do you know what? Ever again.
We got a delusional stuffed chalupa here, joining a bunch of other feminists upset right now that their curry queen Kamala lost. They decided they'll get their get back by shutting out all men, withholding relations. So they're vowing not to date men, not to sleep with men, not to marry men. These women are online pushing women to collectively get hysterectomies. They want them to get a bunch of tattoos, and they're telling
hysterectomies is nasty work. If somebody's telling you that, that is beyond demonic. That is beyond demonic. Yo, that is crazy.
women to shave their heads. Yeah, this is what they're doing. They're also telling women to leave their husbands. They said they don't need men to protect them. And let me tell you, a lot of these women are undesirable, and their wacky mindset makes them even less desirable to men. It's like they're trapped in their own demonic misery or trapped in the closet.
To the men of America, thank you so much, because you have now officially pushed any woman who is ever questioning herself away from you and into my arms. And I am now 100% gay. I wasn't sure before, but now I am positive. So if you're a man, don't look at me, don't touch me, don't speak to me, don't breathe near me, okay?
What makes her think? I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to go on a limb. Just a little bit that I know. You know, I've been happily married for 23 years. From the little bit I'm gleaning from this, a lot of these women are not dateable. They don't have prospects. They don't have options, if you will. And this now gives them an opportunity to feel empowered on why they're in this situation, when in actuality, they're in this situation. It's not like you had another option, ma'am. I understand what you're saying, but you didn't really have another option. That's just my perception.
Okay, I'm glad we got that sorted.
I personally think that if all of these men are voting to take our rights away, they don't deserve to touch a woman for the next 4 years. So, hope you thought that through, you guys.
Not that my content reaches a lot of men because I have an IQ of 130.
Okay, this one is really interesting because she big flexes that she has an IQ of 130. Okay, so let's back it up a little taste, Jason. Just back it up, and I'm gonna let her big screen this one. Let's go.
Thought that through, you guys.
Not that my content reaches a lot of men because I have an IQ of 130, but I want the men in this country to know that half the female population, we're dry. We're probably going to stay dry. I'm dry as a desert, baby, and I don't want it to change. Yeah, we're not going to like you anymore. You understand that? Like, it doesn't matter if you take away a, like, we'll want to have your babies even less, right? Even if you take away contraception, like, women are really good at celibacy because you guys are actually a threat to us. So we have a lot less to gain from you. So yeah, 4B all the way. Let's make some money, I guess. That's all we can do now.
And another thing, like,
okay, so I just want to stop real quick right there. I don't think they thought this whole argument all the way out. Big screen, big screen. I don't think they thought this whole argument out all the way. If the big issue is that men don't want women to murder little people, the process that happens between a man and a woman to get a little person in the mix, if you take away that process, that's it. Whether or not, I don't think they thought that through. Like, oh, fine. You're not going to be engaging in extramarital relationships. That's fine, because there's going to be less little people that are going to be murdered. I don't think you thought that all the way through, because this is what we've been saying from the longest. Women do have control over their reproductive organs in that regard. They have that control. But watch the rest of this. Let's go. Bring it back in, Jason. Let's go.
ladies, black out all dating websites and apps, okay? Even if you don't have the app anymore, re-download it and delete your account, then delete the app. They should be scrolling on the same pick me pearls in a 1 mile radius over and over and over again. You don't like the color blue? That's fine. Your balls won't either. I'm talking Tinder, Duet, Hinge, Christian Mingle. I don't care. All those apps, plenty of fish. Even if you don't use the app anymore, they still use your profile. So go back and delete the account. Like, guys should be scrolling and they should be confused because they Twitter fingers. All dating websites should be telling men, unfortunately, you've hit your queue of women today. They should literally only have 2 picks. I want them sitting there like, what's happening?
You know, I really hope all the feminists and misandrists take that advice. She's basically telling them to eliminate themselves from a dating pool. Well, great, because men shouldn't be engaging with these wicked Jezebels who don't like them anyway. So yeah, come on out and tag yourself as the feminist and misandrist that you are to make everything easier. And men also shouldn't be having babies with these flamingos that don't even believe in respecting men, nor do they believe in traditional family values. So yeah, this is great if they're eliminating themselves, cleaning up the contaminated dating pool.
There is not a single ounce of affection that a man will get out of me after this election. I'm not dating men. I'm not sleeping with men. I'm not talking to men. Y'all lost that privilege.
Donald Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years.
I love this woman. I absolutely love her because she is the most unaware individual on this whole platform. She has no clue. She is so oblivious to the obvious facts that, you know what, just let her talk, Jason. Just let her talk.
In protest and protection of your bodies.
It's amazing it took Donald Trump to get reelected for the Jezebels to learn how to manage your own thought pocket. Like, really? It should be embarrassing as a grown woman that it took a presidential election for you to think about how to manage your own reproductive organs, for you to be in control of what you do, the activities you engage in, and the people you do it with.
As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency healthcare, you're and you're gonna die. I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex.
These witches will sit up here and lie so fast, and their lies go unchecked because all these demons are in cahoots with each other, including the mainstream media.
Look at that
Let
face.
me tell you, in most jurisdictions, medical terminations are already permitted. I'm talking about at the state level, but there's still a federal law that applies even in states with restrictive termination laws. That law allows a woman to get a medical termination if her life is at risk, so she's still protected under the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act. That federal law requires healthcare providers to provide a termination when necessary to save a mother's life. So why is she saying this?
Because she's a liar.
Don't you agree? This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the handmaid's tale, then us women need to protest because this is some buttery bull. I'm sorry to the women and minorities who aren't going to get the help that they need in the next 4 years. I'm sorry for the people who are impoverished, who are just going to keep dying from starvation and lack of healthcare and lack of governmental support. People are actually praising this guy, and it's a freaking joke. Look at the states he won. You won't catch me there. You'll catch me in New York City. And I'm sorry to all the women who are going to suffer in these bumpkin-ass small little towns because of this. Reason why I'm a New Yorker and always will be. Florida.
And I've been saying this to women for years. It's undesirable women like this that can't even attract and keep a man of any value, going around trying to sabotage other women from being with men. Not only are they telling women to drop men, they're further amplifying the strong woman rhetoric, saying they don't need protection from men.
If you secretly had to vote for Kamala because of your husband, I just want you to know that it's okay to divorce him. We're building a whole community of ladies who are happy being single. And guess what? If your husband voted for Trump, especially if he knows that you didn't, he hates your guts. Come join us over here on this side.
Wow.
It's called the right side of history.
Women don't need protecting from men. We need you to stop being the thing that we need protection from. I'm upside down because my back hurts.
Yeah, this single woman is telling married women to leave their husbands and become single like her. She said they don't need protection. They just need to cut their hair off. So this moron got on social media again to chop her hair off live.
Just woke up this morning feeling spicy. You guys feel spicy? Because I do. All right.
Oh.
I don't know how to use this thing. Let's see what happens. Is this cutting off hair? I'm going to have to cut it shorter than that. Buzz it down, right? I think that this is too... It's getting hair.
And then look, she's so stupid, it took her forever to try to figure out how to cut her hair.
But why is she cutting her hair?
Yeah, I gotta cut it. Here we go. Have I given up on America?
Nobody's actually explained this to me. Why are they cutting their hair? What does that do? You're already not dateable. You're already not married. You're already single, perpetually single. What is cutting your hair doing? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. What's the purpose of this? And somebody, I mean, I'm for real. Down in the comments, but down below, let me know, what is the purpose of them cutting their hair? It seems like drinking poison to make your enemy die. Like, what's the purpose of this? Okay, let's go. Finish this up, Jason.
I've also given up on coloring this hair because, right? Coloring my hair, having my hair be long and luxurious, all that, being skinny, being hot, being all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be, because clearly they don't give a shit about us. And I'm talking to you too, those of you ladies who have the internalized misogyny required to do what you did. Minorities who are so scared of a woman in power that you'd rather cozy up to the white man just in case some crumbs fall off his plate so that you may eat from them. Yes, scraps. I don't know how to work this thing, but I'm on my way. I'm going to figure it out. Let's just do some cutting. You know why? Because this is taking too long. Here we go. Short hair we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're cutting it off because you. That's why. I think I'm crazy. Me too. Crazy. Just like all the women before me who were crazy. So crazy. You know what? It's been a day. It's been a year. It's been 9 years, 8 years, whatever it may be. Around this time, 8 years ago.
Okay, I want to stop right here because she alludes to something here where she says 8 years ago. It's been 8 years. I'm betting. I'm putting, $10 down that she got divorced 10 years ago, 8 years ago. I bet you that's what happened. Because she mentions that she's a mom. So I'm assuming she probably was married, she had kids, and left her husband, and that's why she's single now. And she's miserable, and she wants other people to be miserable with her. Other women to be miserable just like her. Cut your hair off and join me, be miserable.
It's one of the worst times of my life. That's when my life fell apart. Not because of this. Don't get too excited. I'm just talking about regular life stuff they talk about on here. But trust me, I understand. I've heard the message loud and clear. We all have. Now women are going to have to just refuse to participate. Sorry, if you're a man, I will not be responding to you. If you are a man, I will not be talking to you. I am going to be promoting the 4B movement from here on out. Yeah.
Like, let me just ask a real question. I'm not trying to be funny, I'm trying to be ugly or anything of that nature. How many men do you really think was reaching out to her? How many? Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too.
I don't care. Better scissors, my hair, cutting it all off. Probably painting a target on my back here, but whatever. At least I live in a state right now that has liver rights still. And we voted out Brandon Williams, that guy, back to Texas from whence he came. We also voted yes on Prop 1, which will codify into law some equal right protections in the New York State Constitution. So we did that at least. I don't know what the other are doing.
Yes, this woman is in New York cutting her hair off when terminations are allowed in her state freely.
Men, stop dating men. Stop having sex with men. Stop talking to men. Divorce your husbands. Leave your fucking boyfriends. Leave them. They don't give a about you. And I promise you, come over to this side. I will bake cookies. I will shave your head if you want me to, depending on how this turns out. Do a little more trimming before we buzz it. Where's my chop it? Cut my hair before. It's like, oh, don't cut your own hair. All right.
This is perfectly normal behavior.
I want to fucking do it.
Perfectly
Just entering my
normal.
middle-aged mom era. Got to get the clippers out.
Ladies, all I gotta say, if you want to be strong and independent, you don't need no man for nothing, then go over to this demonic, miserable witch right here. She says she'll bake you cookies and shave your head. Yeah, and she admitted that she's been miserable for 8 years. So now she's looking for company. She's looking for you to join her.
I might actually do the actual buzzing on live, but all the comments about my sanity or my being manic or anything.
Okay, watch this also. I'm gonna back this up. I want you to hear what she says. Because please keep in mind, the behavior that you're exuding is not exuding that you're mentally competent. It's not exuding, it's not giving that you're in control of your mental faculties. It's giving that you're crazy. The reason people are saying that you're crazy is because you're doing things that somebody would do that was crazy. So you can sit there and say you're in, I'm in my faculties, I'm completely in my right mind if you want to. That doesn't mean that you are. Let's go. Let's finish this up.
The actual buzzing on live, but all the comments about my sanity or my being manic or anything like that, friends, I have done therapy. I have done antidepressants. I have read all the books and done all the inner work. I am.
So here she said she's done antidepressants, counseling, books, inner work. Ma'am, you're crazy. You're crazy. And this just caused you to flip out. Even as Pink Book Lessons pointed out here, you have all those rights in New York. No rights were under attack, if you will. And even in other states, what are the rights that are under attack? So, ma'am, you really are crazy. You can say that to make yourself feel better, but ma'am, you're crazy. Watch this.
I'm not crazy, but I do find it absolutely just typical and not surprising at all that the first comments that have come in have been, you're crazy, seeing a mental breakdown in real time, this is why, whatever. You just, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not having a mental breakdown. In fact, I've never been more clear-headed.
Okay. That's what you want to say.
I've been telling you for the longest that feminism is dangerous. And these are the liberal white women that Black women have been taking cue from for decades. The ones they've been listening to that recruited them to also partake in this destructive behavior. Yeah, they started this decades ago. This is how Black women went from Betty Shabazz to Margaret Sanger Jr. Black women followed these same liberal white women who told them to leave their husbands. They can be strong and independent without a man. And as a result, these feminists have completely destroyed the American nuclear family. They've destroyed white men, they've destroyed Black men, and now they're trying to destroy Latino men too. You're looking at the same play from the same playbook. These people hate America and they hate traditional family values with a man at the head of the household. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. The feminists said they're not engaging with men for 4 years, and they're encouraging women to dump their boyfriends and divorce their husbands. How do you think this will work out for them? Tell me what you think below. Special thank you to Julie. I appreciate you, Julie, for all.
Shout out to Julie. Okay, I want to answer that question. What do I think is going to happen? It's very simple. The birth rate amongst this crowd of people is going to drastically go down. The birth rate amongst people that are sane, logical, rational is going to continue to either maybe plateau or maybe even bump up. because I was at church today and I was looking during fellowship hour and I was like, man, we got a lot of kids at this church. And I thought about it. I was like, man, there's a lot. Presbyterians believe in having kids. So I was like, man, there's a lot of pregnant women in the church as well. I said, man, it's very possible that some of these women that are pregnant now might have another kid before Trump leaves office. So there's possible that they might increase by 2 some of these families. And we attract a ton of families with kids because they see that we have a lot of kids. We have a pretty robust children's ministry and such like that. And so we see a lot of kids and children and young adults and such like that, and young married couples. We have a ton of young married couples at our church. So it is very possible. What I think is going to happen is that crowd, the cutting hair, divorce your husband, leave your boyfriend crowd, that birth rate is going to continue to go down. But people like those in my church are going to continue to keep raising children, keep growing and such like that, adopting. They do believe a lot in adoption as well. So there's going to be far more. I'm pretty sure by the time 2028 comes around, I wouldn't be surprised if our church is increased by at least 50, 60 kids. I will not be surprised because there's quite a few of them. But I want to hear what y'all think. Is this crazy or what? Down in the comments, let me know what you think. What is your perspective on this matter? Why are these women cutting their hair? What is the purpose of that? If you don't mind, let me know down below. And until then, and until next time, everybody, grace and peace. We're out.
Yo, hit that like for a deal with Christian. Yo, for a deal with Christian. Smash that bell for the upsy. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for a deal with Christian. For a deal with Christian. Smash that bell for the upsy. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for a deal with Christian.